In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create Gantt charts in Google Sheets. By the end, you'll have a clean, automated timeline that shades each task across the days it's scheduled using just a simple formula and one conditional formatting rule. Start with a basic table of tasks. You'll need a start date column and an end date column, and next to them, a duration column. In the duration cell for your first task, type ED2, C2, and press enter. This subtracts the start date from the end date to give you the number of days. If you want the duration to count both the start and end dates, add 1 to the formula like this, XD2, C2 plus 1. Format your start and end columns as dates so the math works correctly, then copy the formula down to fill the rest of the tasks. If you see unexpected results, double check that your dates are real dates and not text, and that the end date isn't earlier than the start. Next, set up your timeline across the top. In the first timeline cell, typically the first empty column on the right, enter your first date, for example, the earliest start date in your list. In the cell to its right, enter the next calendar day. Select both cells and drag the fill handle to the right to create a continuous sequence of dates. Format this row as date so it displays clearly. Widen the columns a bit if needed and freeze the header row to keep the dates visible while you scroll. This row of dates will become the grid that the chart uses to shade each task's bar. Now for the automation, highlight the entire timeline grid for your tasks, starting from the first timeline cell in the first task row, for example F2, and extending rightward to your last date and downward to your last task. Go to Format, Conditional Formatting, and under the rule type, choose Custom Formula Is. Enter the formula equal and F1 C2, F1 D2. This tells Sheets to fill a cell if the date in the header row falls between that task's start and end dates. Notice the dollar signs. $1 locks the header row while letting the column move, and C2 and D2 lock the start and end columns while letting the row move, so the rule works across the whole grid. Choose a fill color like a soft blue for the shaded bars, and click Done. If the shading doesn't appear, make sure the Apply to Range matches your entire grid and that your header row has the dates. That's it. As you add tasks or extend your timeline, just expand the grid and the rule will keep working, giving you a simple, readable Gantt chart right inside Google Sheets.